Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market and some other assets real quick. The NDQ right here, guys, you want to pay attention to this. This is due for a correction. So that means the Nasdaq, this is like a proxy. It's US 100 index. It might have another shot up right here. Just checking it out. Up in this section, there's some bearish divergence down here. The oscillator down here is pretty low. So I think there might be one more shot up, guys. But here's the deal with it, all right? If this is going to come up, it's going to probably do a waterfall from here to here because it's a rising. This is a rising wedge, and then it's making another wedge, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I think it's doing right in there. And then this whole thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I think it might make a shot up there. And these wedges, when they end, they just go, they do, they drop pretty significantly. So boom, all the way back down to those areas, guys. And this is probably going to affect Bitcoin significantly, in my opinion. So you want to be aware of that. Checking out GBTC, get down to the bottom area, previous fourth wave. So I'm expecting that right there. And then what is it going to do over here? Is it going to rip off another wave? Remains to be seen, guys. USDT dominance chart, checking this one out. You're getting a lot of hidden bearish divergence right here with this one. And then also too, it's making a beautiful head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, right shoulder, or head, right shoulder, you can see. So if it happens to play this pattern out, then boom, I'm thinking it could do a move like this, guys, which would be good for Bitcoin. But looking at things right now, it doesn't look like Bitcoin is quite ready to rip off that wave, guys. So back to, let's go over to Bitcoin. Still looking for something in this area. And then I want to, how much of a retrace is it going to do over here, guys? Is it going to retrace, or what's going to be going on over there with Bitcoin in the 28-ish area? And the same thing with Ethereum, guys. I'm looking for that 1890-ish, more or less. Let me go to my chart. 1890-ish, 1884, this area, and what kind of retrace over there, guys. So like this coin right here, guys. I was going to go over this coin, and this is some of the things I was explaining to you. So these assets are having a hard time to get off the ground. They're even the Nasdaq, even the S&P 500, they're in a bullish sequence, if you will, probably in like a corrective wave up. And then you have the cryptocurrency market, assets like this one right here, Nakamoto Games, is it made a massive move off of there. And then it's forming, it's a pattern, once again, kind of like down here, guys. So if you take a look at this, you see this, let's say you bought the dip, you bought the bottom on Nakamoto Games for 5 cents. Well, it didn't start ripping until December. So this is September, and then December is when it finally got out of there, guys, obviously. So you can see it made its 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it was able to get out of there. And then you probably have the same thing over here on Nakamoto Games. You see this is bullish, guys. Like, unless it breaks down to this area, this is bullish because it's down here. It reset that cycle, and it's over here in this wave, and now it's resetting the cycle again. So this asset is actually pretty bullish. Even though it's not going up right now, it's setting itself up to go up over here. So here's the deal with this wave right here. It made this wave right here, and then it's in a corrective phase, actually making waves, and then it's going to do another one over here. 95% probability. Well, I'll say 90% probability if it has a wave over here, it's going to have another one over here. Now, what's the other 10%? The other 10% is something goes wrong, black swan event, if you will, or maybe something happens to the people behind the game or something like that. Something like that can't happen. That's what investing is, a risk. It's can be a serious risk. But with Nakamoto Games, it corrected it. It went up into a wave, and it's correcting it again. And what it's doing right here is pretty similar to what it's doing right over here, guys. So it's up in a wave, it's correcting it. So up in a wave, it's correcting it, and then probably go up in another little wave and back down. So Nakamoto Games is going to be over here, probably up and back down for a little wave. Maybe comes back down to this area, go up in another little wave like this, come back down, and then finally gets out of here. And then next thing you know, you're in May or whatever time frame, guys. So that's the issue that I'm seeing right now with the cryptocurrency market, is that they're setting themselves up to go bullish. They're just taking their time, guys, because of macro environment, setting themselves up to be able to do it again. So I wish I could speed up the process, but I can't. And that's part of the deal with investing in anything, is that you can get stuck in a sequence, or if you will, portion of the asset that you're in, where it's, you're optimistic about it. It went up into a wave. I know another one's going over here, but it could take it, weeks, months until it finally gets out other one over there, guys. So that's the unfortunate position I think that a lot of these are in right now. So as an example, if Bitcoin, let's say it does a correction down to here, like say 21 cents, it ripped off a wave, and this two comes down here, right? And then it does another little one, Bitcoin goes up a little bit, and then it does another little one again, and then finally can get out of there. Just like right down here, guys, is what's going on. It's like very, very similar to what's going on. So this, let's say, this correction was November 22nd, boom. And then 28th of November, just that section right there took it a month. 4th of November to a month and a half. Went up into a wave and get through here, and then a month and a half, guys, just to give you an idea. So I want you guys to be aware of that, what I'm looking at. But I think right now, guys, is going over to the NDQ or the Nasdaq, whichever one. The NDQ's actually made a topping pattern over in here. And this needs to correct, guys. This has been going on too long. This is overdue for a correction. This is way overdue. And if it hits 13,200, what kind of correction? How deep is this going to go, guys? I would definitely be looking in these areas right here, looking in these areas, guys, for the NDQ. Okay, which is going to be more along with Bitcoin, because it's the Nasdaq and everything else, or the tech stocks, right? And you got a lot of mixed messages too. Just looking at like MicroStrategy's up a little bit. What else is there? Riot's up, Mara's up, Coinbase. Coinbase has that good signal. I showed that, where it has the inverse head and shoulders pattern. So you have a lot of bullish signals, but you have a lot of bearish signals going with it. That's part of the game, guys. It's uncertainty in the market. But I mean, long term, for the cryptocurrency market, I'm macro bullish. For the macro environment, for the macro, I'm bullish, but short term, there's no other way but to be bearish right now, guys. So the corrections to me seem like they're going to extend. Seems like the correction is going to extend to me. So, because if this was the end of something, it would have bounced. You should see a pretty significant bounce over here. But it just seems like it wants to take its time. It might do a bounce, and then we might get another one over here like this. So back down and do a bounce, and then get another one over here. So that could extend the correction, where this wave could take a week or something, all going into May, and then it does another one. And then finally, who knows, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, it's finally over here, and then it can get out of there, guys. So that's how I'm looking at that for Bitcoin and Ethereum and the cryptocurrency market. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.